Welcome, Pythonians. This is CSE 160, Introduction to Programming Using Python. In first installation video, we installed standalone or base Python. Those are adjectives I use. But we went to python.org and installed the, I guess you could say, the default Python, and we learned how to invoke it and type commands and enter programs and run them using the idle environment, IDLE. We also learned how to run a program from the command prompt, command line. All right. We're not going to go over that. This video is to download and install PyCharm. PyCharm is a fancy IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, a term which I used in our first video for the rather simplified features that IDLE provides. IDLE is Python's Integrated Development Learning Environment, and it's, not exactly a Cadillac IDE, if you will, but I would say that PyCharm kind of is. And so we're going to download it and install it, and we'll talk about that as we go forward here. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go to a website. If you just look up Python or something like that, there's a website. I'm trying to move something here. Here we go. There's a website that PyCharm, is available on, and that website is at jetbrains.com. And if we go there, let's just start with that. Go to jetbrains.com. Junie and AI Assistant are now powered by GPT-5. So you can have that, in your things. And one can, AI developer tools, team, education, solutions, support, store, all that kind of stuff. What we want under developer tools is we want this tool that's called PyCharm right here. Second column, third one down, PyCharm. So we click on it. The only Python IDE you need. So, of course, they're selling that. And you can download it here, or you see a download thing there. Either way, we can download it, and we're going to download the Windows exe. And there we go. We're going to use that. When we clicked on Windows.exe, the top of the two entities mentioned was for regular Windows, which is what we're doing here. And we're going to get a file called PyCharm-2025.2.0.1.exe. And I put that in downloads where I usually put this stuff. And I suspect that will we can look at downloads and see if it's there yet. And here it is. PyCharm-2025.2.0.1.exe. And so we can double click on that. It's going to do something. Go. Again, we're going to get that shaded Windows wallpaper in the background. And do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Well, yes, we do, because we want to install PyCharm. Welcome to PyCharm Setup. Click Next to continue. Here we go. The destination folder, C program files. That's a great place to install this thing. And so I'm going to say next. Create desktop shortcut. You can do that if you want. I don't have time to do that. Update path variable. It says a restart is needed, so we'll have to restart that. We'll do that. Add open folder as project. Oh, sure. We don't do that. And now to associate it with a .py file, I'm not going to do that, because that means every Python file, if I double click on it, it's going to open up PyCharm. And sometimes I want that, sometimes I don't. So I am not going to create that association between PyCharm and this. So I'm going to go next. I'm going to install this thing. And the start menu folder will be called JetBrains. So we can see it installing here, and I think we can so we want to keep on recording here and completing the PyCharm setup. The bar ran, and so all we have to do is click finish, and sure, let's press this thing to run PyCharm when we finish. And so we click that. PyCharm 2025.2. And what you'll do, I confirm that I've asked him to continue. Private networks to access this app. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the deal there is, but I said yes. Now, we have import settings, and let's just take a quick look at what that is. PyCharm Community. Oh, I have PyCharm Community from previous years, and you don't have to do that. So that's done. So we're not going to feature AI in our things, but Microsoft Defender may affect IDE. I think there's something. Let's see. There used to be like an automatic option here. I don't think we have to do anything with that right now. We can, we can create a new project. Up here is a file menu, say new project. And typically, instead of Python project, we'd give it a name. So let's call it new. new Python proj. And we're not going to create a Git repository yet, and we're not going to create a welcome script. This is just everything we need to do right here. Interpreter type, that's great. And the Python version is good, and so we do create. Windows can either be opened in a new window or replace the project in the current window. I kind of like that. So I always say this window. All right. And so we have, believe it or not, a project here. And to avoid performance issues, exclude the IDE and the project folders from the real-time protection. Okay. And now that we're in a project, I'm going to say, yeah, let's exclude those folders. And so what we want to do, oh, yeah, that's going to make a change, an important change. See, we got this folder here, .venv. And now we can go up here and say new file or directory. I click on that, and we'll create a new Python file. And the name is going to be same as the project name. Well, we'll just call it new Python file 1.py. All right. I think if you didn't do that, they'd put .py in anyway. And so we do that. We say Python file, and I guess we just hit enter. And we get a new Python file. Then we can put a couple Python statements in here. We can say, make a comment and say, this is new Python file .py in new Python project, or maybe in PyCharm project. New Python project. Great. It's a nice comment. We can come down here and we can say print 5 times 125. Print 5 raised to the 3rd power, 5 cubed. And actually, I think what we'll do is, I did that incorrectly. I think I want 5 to the 4th. All right, and then we'll just do print howdy. Okay. And now we can, I think we can save that. Usually a Control S will save things. But let's see. Yeah, you can do a save as. I think it automatically saves this stuff, but trust but verify. And now if we want to run this file, you see this little green triangle that points to the right? You click on that, a line will come up here, and it will tell us, where our Python program, where a Python interpreter is. That's the program that reads in our program and runs it. And then our project file. And we see it 5 times 125 is 625, 5 to the 4th is 625, and it prints out howdy. So, yep, I've gone over 15 minutes again, so I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I wonder if is there a closed project here or something? Closed project right there. All right. And I'm going to exit PyCharm. And we'll see you in the next video, which will be to install an environment called Anaconda Navigator. Until then, I wish you the best. Bye-bye.